Well, hello and welcome back to the Tao Manifesting Tarot. This is the Tarot Experience Extraordinaire. Glad that you were here with me because this is a reading that is focused on tarot. And the reason it's focused on tarot, in the 20 plus years I've been doing tarot, I have come to the understanding that tarot does not predict anything. I've never seen it predict anything. Once in a while I may get lucky, but it really doesn't predict anything. What it does do, however, is something even more powerful. Tarot is the science of potential. Okay? That means you are involved. You, for lack of a better term, I suppose, are the potentiometer. And you do that through manifesting. Now, we manifest all the time, but generally it's negative. It's usually, I don't want to do this, I don't want to do this, I don't want to do this. In fact, I remember a story back a couple of days ago I heard. I am a fan of the Detroit Lions. I live in Michigan on Lake Superior. I've lived most of my life in Detroit. Been in LA, been in New York. Being up on Lake Superior is much, much more pleasant. But for the years that I lived in Detroit, obviously that's where my heart is. And so I'm listening to this receiver on the Detroit Lions football team, Amon St. Ra. And they were asking him, when he got drafted back a few years ago, was there anything that he was thinking on the day of the draft? And he said, yeah, I didn't want to go to Detroit. I absolutely did not want to go to the Detroit Lions, which is exactly what happened. And he thought to himself, oh, shit, man. He said it took a little while, but by the time he had been in Detroit and been in the team settings and found out what the synergy was there, he loved it, fell in love with it. Now he loves the place. And there is a lot to like. In spite of what you've heard, Detroit's really kind of getting a good second wind for sure. And Amon St. Ra is one of those people who helped contribute to it, Detroit Lions, et cetera, et cetera. But it was interesting that he right out of the gate, no, Detroit, no, 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 and that's what happened. And that's how we manifest all the time. We manifest negatively. The idea is to get you to switch it around, make it positive. But to do that, you got to believe in yourself. Ooh, wow, that hurts. That's the way it is. And so that's why we say, or I say, tarot is not a predictor. It is the science of potential. After 20 years, I've come to that conclusion, and I'm very happy with that conclusion. What does kind of predict numerology and astrology? They are the science of cycles. So it's not really a question of predicting as it is knowing cycles. We are, depending on when you're listening to this, we are right on top of a solar eclipse. Very powerful. This kind of juju, this kind of energy hasn't occurred for, 50 years or so. 1962, late 1962 into 63. And if you take a look at what was going on, we had Vietnam, we had the Cuban Missile Crisis. In that 1963 period, the assassination of JFK, all kinds of stuff going on. It really has kind of set the stage for where we are right now as a society. And so just knowing the cycles, you can go, okay, that's what happened the last time this kind of thing happened. So it's happening again. Look around you. We got similar situations going on. In fact, we have some cycles that happened first, well, not first, but happened in the Revolutionary War that are repeating now. Civil War, repeating now. You got that 1962, very pivotal year in America because it really shifted things, our focus, our purpose. And here we are today. We are on the precipice of change I don't think we can even truly imagine. Are we prepared for it? Hell no, never are. People tend to be myopic, lazy, and really kind of cowardly. So we're never really ready. But I take that astrology, numerology kind of thing. By the way, we happen to also be in a life number or universal number 9 year, which means endings. We're in a snake year. What do snakes do periodically? Shed their skin. You add in all the astrology, you take the numerology, you move in with the tarot, and you begin to see, okay, I see what the situation is. That's important. I got to know what the situation is, because then I will better be able to apply this potential energy from the tarot. It all works together. I'm giving you the whole picture as simply as I can. I'm not getting into the verbiage. I'm not getting into the word salad stuff. I try to keep it as simple and clean and clear as I can so that you get the picture. And so on your screen, you see 4 tarot cards. In the middle is the oracle card. It sets the mood for the reading. And today, the oracle card is deep knowing. Deep knowing. Beyond intuition. Beyond words. Maybe beyond anything that you've experienced before. It's deep knowing. It's there. And I think that is what is creating such discomfort for so many people, because they feel it in their spirit, but they deny it in their life. And that conflict creates horrendous turmoil. And so you see people angry and lost and confused. You see that there are no boundaries because we don't know where the hell the boundaries are. We can't even see them. But yet we're driven by that deep knowing. Again, you can't put your finger on it. You can't see it. You can't taste it. It's there. Takes us to our very important little thing that we do here. It's a meme. I do this every day. Today's meme says, knowledge is not free. You got to pay attention. I said human beings were myopic. That means that they're not paying attention. They're not looking. They're, again, it's this idea. All of us feel it. Most of us don't even want to look at it. Let's talk about that deep knowing. Talk about knowledge, paying attention. Here is an article I pulled down. Kind of interesting. Have you ever wondered what the world will look like in 10 years? Well, they just had the 2025 Abundance Summit. Now, they're talking money. That's all people care about is money. They don't give a shit about the quality of life. They don't care about humanity. They don't care about anything else. Just money. Give me money, 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 money. And you wonder why we're all so lost. Because the money, 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 money mentality keeps us from connecting with the deep knowing. Connects us to our intuition or disconnects us. Don't pay attention to that. Don't pay attention to that. Just get the money, 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 money. So let's talk about this 2025 Abundance Summit. Brett Adcock of Figure AI presented a vision where humanoid robots will become as common as smartphones, potentially reaching 10 billion units around the world. These robots will soon be able to cost you about $20,000 to $30,000. They're going to handle everything from the household chores to manufacturing, everything in between. Nobody will have jobs because the robots are going to do it. Max Hodak presented the biohybrid neural interfaces. What that means is brain-to-brain connections. You could be connected to your robot and robot connected to you. And that being the case, the people who run the world will have access to both. Michael Andrade shared his company is back on track to achieve the first human consciousness upload by 2030. That's when they want to plug us in. Adam Woodworth from Wing demonstrated drone delivery technology. Going to make everything quicker, faster. Delivery times, nothing. After all, you got to spend money, and you got to have delivery, and you got to money. Here's the final one. The guy who founded Uber, Travis Kalanick, said the biggest opportunities lies in digitizing the physical world, finding ways to manipulate atoms just as efficiently as we manipulate data bits. Think about that for a minute. This is what these bastards are doing, digitizing human beings. Everything in the world has to be an algorithm. Deep knowing. What are you feeling? It's beyond intuition. It's something deeper. And this is what people are running away from. You're not, because you're here. You want to manifest positively because your ability to manifest beats the AI people, beats the robots. They can't do that yet. You can. So let's take a look. All the way to the left, we have the Four of Cups. Four of Cups, it could be boredom. Remember, cups are not necessarily romance. What they have to do with is the emotional connections. And the Four of Cups said, you don't have any motivation. You're bored. You're losing interest. That's what we're doing. We're giving up on our humanity. We're not connecting like we did before. The way we're connecting now is like those robots that they're going to connect us to by 2030, if not sooner. That's the age of the singularity, when human beings disappear and we become Borgs. And what you see in this Four of Cups is exactly that. The spirit is taken away from the human being. The emotions are taken away from the human being. The next card is the Seven of Cups. And the Seven says you are distracted by so many things you can't make up your mind. You know, we love the idea, I got to have choice, I got to have choice. That's bullshit. More choices you have, the more conflicted you are. I saw this many times with my wife. Go out, maybe she'd want to, they're having a sale here, they're having a sale there, and she'd go out. She knew a pair of shoes or blouse or whatever the hell she wanted, and she knew what she wanted because she had seen information back in the day in the newspaper. And when we got to the store and she started to take a look, she got confused. Well, there's this choice, this choice, this choice, this choice. When you get into that kind of position, you can't make any choices at all. You don't have shit. You don't have a damn thing. And you feel terrible. And even if you decide and pick something, there's always that lingering feeling that, maybe that other thing would have been better. Maybe this, maybe that, maybe this, maybe that. Same thing, by the way, with relationships. Using the internet and all these dating services and porn sites and all that kind of stuff. People have gotten screwed up about relationships. Mostly women, because just by their nature, I'm not picking on women, but men and women are different. Whether you understand that or not, they're different. They think differently. Okay? The more choices a woman has, the more confused she becomes, the more distracted she becomes, and the more unhappy she becomes. And all the latest social studying that's been going on over the last 20 years shows exactly that. Women are more unhappy than they've ever been, more dissatisfied than they've ever been, running harder to try to find something, and they can't find it. Seven of Cups, too many choices, but that's the point. The people who run the world, like here in the United States, they give us two parties, which are essentially the same party. The rich people give to both of them. It doesn't make any difference who they move in and out of the seats. The results are always the same. So it really is two fakes and one party. But if you go to get bagels, you give you 50 different kinds of bagels, just to give you the idea that you have choice. Any product that you buy, there's this option, this option, this option. We see you have choice. When it really counts, Politics, you got two parties pretending to be different, but they're very much the same because the results are the same for the middle class people. That's the failing of the Seven of Cups. What makes a difference right here? The Nine of Cups, the little mini Queen of Pentacles. Queen of Pentacles, a little bit mini, 9. Not quite a queen yet, but on her way to that. And the reason she knows what her value system is. She doesn't have to guess. And it's not things. She doesn't need another car, doesn't need a bigger house, doesn't need. In fact, I'm hearing more and more from people these days, I want to simplify my life. Seeing that a lot in the car business. People are getting tired of the inflated prices of these electric cars and how if anything breaks, you're paying thousands of dollars, and they break quite often. And they're not as fun to drive. Worst of all, they're electric. So that the people who own the electric companies, who run the world, they can stop all vehicular traffic with just a flick of a switch on a computer somewhere. That's all. And your car isn't going to run. It's a paperweight. Not going to do anything. In the meantime, they're going to be paying out your ass. And these electric cars, the battery's the big thing, right? You lose those, you can spend $20,000, $30,000, $40,000 for the damn battery. Again, they give you the illusion of choice. There is no choice. And so at this point, we come to the Eight of Cups. Eight of Cups, that's deep knowing. That's going beyond intuition. This person is walking away from the things that he is emotionally connected to. Why? Because he understands they're not worth anything. He's been lied to, and he's just discovered it. And so the Eight of Cups says, I'm out. And a lot of people are choosing that. If it's their car, they want one of the old cars back 20, 30, 40 years ago when they weren't electric. Of course, people around the world don't like that because if it's not electric, they can't control you. They can't stop you. They don't like that. People are going back to simpler times. They're realizing that all of this technological bullshit is just coleslaw. It's meant to keep you confused, make you think you're getting something when you're really not getting anything because you're farther in debt than ever. Take a look at the price of eggs here in America. Not a bargain, and getting more expensive. Tell me, what's your deep knowing telling you? Oh, I'm sure it's yelling. Take that energy. Manifest. Manifest a better world for you. Not a narcissistic world, but a better world for you where you love and appreciate and respect yourself. You make wise decisions and let that energy spill over to those around you. That's how we're going to save the world, by the way. It's not going to be a political party. It's going to be one person at a time, and we better get on it. You, manifesting now, can make the difference. That's the reading for today. Back again tomorrow with another manifested tarot reading. Hope you're here with me because you're the ones that make them worthwhile. Between now and the next time you and I have a chance to get together and do tarot, peace and blessings.